To hopefully not get murdered by Campanella. Life goals. Wait, I need to kill you. Come back. Okay. I need whatever sepith I can get. I'm desperate. Although at least now I know there is in fact a better rainbow trout location. If I feel like spending however much of my time fishing. Might be worth it to get Tio her fancy accessories. She deserves all the nice things. Oh, shiny. Beast flesh. You should not pick that up off the ground. Put it back. I'm sure it smells horrible. Hey, look. A moving truck? Thank you again, Meister. You've been a great help. With these, we'll be all set for the debut of our new performance in a couple of days. Oh, yeah. The, Archon CL was getting, parts of their stage equipment from Jorg. Hideous above, your troop is far too demanding with its request, each and every one of them. Turning the automata would have been work enough, tuning the automata, but designing an entirely new stage set on top of it? I'm a busy man, you know. I really do apologize for that. Ilya and the troop leader can have some pretty lofty standards sometimes. That extra mechanism they asked you to install was something they just couldn't live without. It doesn't matter now. I have no issue with lending my studio's expertise to service your plays. I am sure the goddess would prefer it to the alternative. Thank you? Oh, come to think of it, Meister. We haven't received your response to our invitations yet. Archon CL would be honored to have you attend the show. It'd be our pleasure after the amazing set and automata you provided us. Your Mira is thanks enough. I appreciate the gesture, but as I said, I'm a busy man. Oh. I told them he wouldn't go for it. Still, I'd love for him to see how his hard work is being used on stage at least once. Pardon us. Huh? Wait, aren't you the SSS? We are. You're the stage technician from Archon CL, correct? Yep, the name's Hines. I'm in charge of the props and equipment and such. What are all of you doing out here? Come to see the Meister? Something like that. We had a little matter we wanted to consult him about. Are you here to pick up a commission? Yeah. We had an order for an automaton tune-up and some new set pieces. It was kind of on short notice with the debut of the revival performance coming up, but he did us a real solid getting it done so quickly. Ooh boy. To tell you the truth, everyone in the troupe owes the Meister a Tauren? A what? A what? You don't say. Speaking of which, isn't the revival performance only a couple of days away? That's right. Ilya and the others are kicking it into high gear right about now. Heck, I've been getting into it myself with all the changes we made. Have you now? Sounds like you're all primed to put on a real box office hit. That's the idea, but whoops. I'm a little behind schedule. Gotta get back there and set this all up. See you guys later. Stop by and say hi to everyone when you get the chance. I tried to, and they kicked me out because they were practicing. Rude. We'll be sure to. Be careful on your way back. I could have given my valuable input. The heck? Am I the only one out of the loop here? You telling me that old-timers, the one behind all the theater magic Arc-en-Ciel's got going on? Have you not been paying attention every time we go to visit Arc-en-Ciel and they have been telling us this? It appears that way. I could tell their wire flying technology was advanced, but I never came to the conclusion that it originated from here. The truck goes down all those stairs. That's a good question. I was stuck on, is that truck going to run over all of the monsters on the way? And if so, all the cars in this universe should have like a really spiky front grille or something. But you're right, how is the truck getting down the stairs? Fascinating. Well, at least we know the Meister is in right now. I'm not sure if he'll be willing to tell us anything about the society, but we'll never know if we don't ask. Or those sharp turns. How is the truck making those sharp turns? Right. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, I suppose. Hi. It's me. Once you enter the doll studio, you'll be unable to visit the other areas outside of Crossbell City for the rest of the day. That's fine. I've done all I need to do. Visit the doll studio. Lloyd used the iron knocker. There's an iron knocker on a gate? What is it knocking on? Attached to the gate. What is it knocking on? Excuse us. This is the Crossbell Police Special Support Section. Meister Rosenberg, we'd like to have a word with you. There is no need to shout. My hearing is still perfectly fine. Whatever business you have must be important if you come all this way. I don't have very much time to spare, but I will make an exception this once, so long as you keep things short. Okay. Oh, she's an automaton. What? She's so cute. A Rosenberg doll? An automated one by the looks of it. Enter. The little one will guide you. See to it that you don't wander anywhere you aren't supposed to. I guess it can't talk. Not that I was expecting it to. Get a load of this gal. Sure doesn't look like any machine I've ever seen. Mind taking us to where your master is, little miss? I think we're supposed to follow her. Right. We probably shouldn't keep the Meister waiting. Or Boris. Just what kind of enemy are we dealing with? Should I actually not explore around? Oh, she went inside. Okay, I'm coming, I'm coming. What are those? Floyd and the rest of the SSS then followed the automaton inside. After going through what felt like a maze, they emerged in an underground section of the studio. What is this place? It's incredible. Oh, Joy, look at all the machine body parts hanging. Whoa. Why is he here instead of with, Ren, though? Is that it? The giant archaism you mentioned before? Yep. Ren used it back at the Sun Fort. I believe she called it Potter Matter. So this is where it's been. The heck's all this mechano crap doing down here anyway? I thought this was supposed to be a doll studio. I believe those terminals are connected to the Orbital network. This must have been where Kitty was remotely hacking the network. Well, what is it you want? Meister Jorg, thank you for allowing us to come in and speak with you. We had a few questions we were hoping to ask. Would they, by any chance, happen to be about what Campanella has been up to? So you know. Do not misunderstand. You are correct that I have ties to the society. In the end, however, I am nothing more than a humble doll maker. I am not directly involved with whatever grand scheme they have planned. So in other words, you can't tell us exactly what Campanella is plotting to do. I do not know, nor am I in any position to. However, you should understand that he is an enforcer, not an ennui. He is not authorized to propose plans for the society to pursue. The ennui, rather, are the ones who draft such arrangements. And now, hold on just a minute. This is a little too much to take in all at once. Isn't this insider information? Should you really be giving it to us so easily? It's hardly confidential. There are many on the continent who know of this already. The Church, the Guild, the intelligence agencies of the major powers, and even that is only scratching the surface. The society is so widely known, yet still you are able to freely continue making dolls here. As I said, I am not in a position to know all of the society's inner workings. Take the archaisms, for example. Their construction relies on technologies from many other workshops besides this one. My studio is but one scale on the ever-coiling serpent. Which is why the Church and Guild will never set foot in here without due cause. I suppose that makes sense. Someone like you is more valuable while you're still attached to the snake, which makes you a handy source of info. Correct. That being said, this studio has already been preemptively outfitted for any contingencies. Even should you break the front door down with an arrest warrant, all you would find is an empty and meager doll studio. Nothing more. Not even Potter Matter. Well, would you like to try your hand at taking me into custody, having heard all of that? You may not have another chance. No, that's not why we're here. You made your point. We'd like to inquire further if you're willing to answer. Wait. I guess that's all we can do, but it doesn't mean I like it. A wise decision. I take it you'd like to know something more concrete than veiled statements and broad outlines. Narrow your questions down to 3. and I will answer them if I can. Fair enough. What 3 things did we ask him about? Oh, so it tells me I'm asking these 3 things. Fantastic. Let's ask about the society's ennui, which I'm pretty sure is how you say that word. Ooh. Oh, he said Angus. We get to actually see them. Oh, so that... I think that's the girl from the opening video. She looked like a knight. I just assumed she was with the church, but I guess not. They are the 7 snake apostles who live and serve to realize the Grand Master's plan. Even I do not know all of their identities. However, I am aware that the Angus, I think is how we said, that will be arriving in Crossbell before long. Is there any way you can tell us more about them? One is a man, the 6th Angus to be precise. He leads the 13 factories that comprise Ouroboros' technological network. He is the society's greatest theoretician, an engineer with an insatiable appetite. Needless to say, he is a contemptible man. You clearly have a high opinion of him. Just how contemptible are we talking? He is the sort of man who cares for nothing but satisfying his own intellectual curiosity. Oh. I am unsure what he hopes to achieve by coming to this land in person. But I can say this for certain. His arrival is anything but good news for Crossbell. We'll take your word for it. We will not be alone. He will not be alone, however. The 7th Angus, the Steel Maiden, will also be coming to Crossbell. The Steel Maiden? That's got an ominous ring, if I've ever heard one. She is an enigma, to say the least. Briefly put, she is a masterful warrior whom you have no hope of defeating, even if you were to face her all at once. She's that strong. I'm gonna love the Steel Maiden. I look forward to it. She looked awesome in the opening video thing. She's that strong? Ugh. Trying to wingman your fellow conspirators, I see. It was merely a word of warning. Unlike the 6th Angus, I've heard the 7th one is a virtuous individual. However, were you to face her unprepared, it would surely cost you your lives. I mean, I haven't even fought an enforcer, yet alone the tier above enforcer, so I'm not very optimistic about my life either way. Let's ask about the grand scheme. As I already told you, even I am not familiar with the details. From what little I've heard in passing, however, I do know what it is called. The Phantasmal Blaze Plan. Estelle already beat one? Wow. Good for her. Phantasmal Blaze? And now there's a name rife with symbolism. This plan, does it entail causing some sort of widespread incident in Crossbell like the one in Liberl last year? That can't be. There's no way we could just let that happen. Stop making me repeat myself. I do not know the details. What I can tell you is that the Society's intervention here pales in comparison to what happened in Liberl. The Society prefers to operate from the shadows above all else. They aren't the type to make their move on the surface. Was that supposed to make us feel better? Because it sure as heck ain't working. Seconded. The fact that you can give us nothing but a name makes whatever they're doing all the more suspect. Okay, let's ask about their relationship to the cults. The D there for G cults, you mean? As far as I know, the two sides never had any direct ties. Having said that, it is a fact that the Society was the one that destroyed the lodge where Ren was being held. What? You're referring to Paradise, right? Yes. My understanding is that the cult used it to lure in and exploit influential individuals from across the continent. In all likelihood, it was brought down because it began to target influential individuals the Society was backing. It's nothing short of a miracle that Ren survived that place. That place deserved to get wiped out, but it's not like that makes Ouroboros the good guys either. I hope you didn't expect that explanation to win us over. As I said, I'm only telling you what I know. Take it how you will. Okay, well that's all I'm allowed to ask you, so I guess I'm done. That makes 3 questions I've answered. You've taken up enough of my time. I'm going to have to ask that you leave now. But... Lloyd. Fine. That's what we agreed to, so we'll just be going. For now. Would you mind if we returned for another one of these talks? If I feel so inclined. Keep the following in mind. It is not only Ouroboros that you should have your sights set on. There are other forces to be cautious of in the wake of Crossbell's bid for independence. Wouldn't you say? I guess so. Man's got a point. I mean, yeah, we do have the Red Constellation in Heiau. Personally, I'm really only concerned about the Red Constellation because Sin is like a good being. And he's like one of the heirs to Heiau. So that's hopeful. I hope. Sounds like you probably know a thing or 3 about that too. Maybe so. Maybe not. Off you go. Follow the little one like you did on the way here. If you wander off, I can't guarantee your safety.